Back to old Guy REI. I thought I would do this episode of Work and Confessions live because I need to practice, and the only way to get practice is to do it, right? So I'm just going to be chatting about some stuff that's been happening for us this week. I think I've probably said before that we were under contract for a couple of properties, and one of them we decided not to pursue because the inspection report came back and there was a lot of work needed to be done on it. So we passed on that one. We're set to close on the other one in next week, and that one has gone pretty well. One challenge that I have come across is the fact that when I checked in with our property manager, this is in St. Louis, we have a great property manager there, and I checked in with him for rental comps for the new property, and I thought his numbers came back really low. We have another 2 bedroom, 1 bath there in the same zip code, and right now we're getting $11.50 a month for that property. When he sent back he did a CMA, which is, I believe, a current market analysis for rents in the area. He came back just under $1,000 a month, and I'm finding that a little hard to swallow. Last night we were in Dion's course call, and I reached out for help to the people that were in the group, Dion himself as well, and we got some great feedback from Dion and a few of the other members. Cody Evers and Mikey Buzztune was in there too. Um, Michelle, I appreciate all you guys. And what I what I had started doing was that number made me nervous. So I started looking on Zillow for rentals in the area to get some of my own comps. And then I also had contacted the Housing Authority for St. Louis and spoke to a woman there. She was a great help. So I need to follow up now with the property manager because the Housing Authority was stating that they're paying even higher than I had anticipated for rents in the area. And with that information, I need to go back to the property manager, make sure we're registered with that agency, find out who I need to speak with directly to. I don't want to get in the way, but I need to learn the process. And that's something that we've learned throughout the last couple of years. You need to not be too timid. You need to reach out to these agencies, whoever you're working with, find out how the process works, and you'll be able to better understand, I guess, basically your rights. And so now with that information, I'm going to go back. My issue is that I need to go back to my property manager and let him know that I think he's off his rocker, basically, and see what he says. Have him educate me on how he's finding the comps versus what I'm seeing, because maybe I'm missing something. Like I think Dion brought up the fact that maybe there's something that's happened in the area that affected rents in that specific zip code. We also want to check a few other resources. Folks mentioned checking for rent comps on Craigslist, Rentometer, Bigger Pockets, Rent Calculator, things like that. So we're going to be doing all that. I think we have about a month before our tenant moves out of one of our units. So we'll have 2 vacant units that we need to fill. It would be really nice if we can get the rents that we were expecting when we did our analysis on the second property. And so that was one of the challenges this week. Besides that, everything went pretty smoothly. I'm always surprised at how easy, I guess, it is to do a deal from a distance. We're in California. We're investing in the Midwest. We had several text messages with our agent. Hi, Lavita. Good morning. We're trying this again. Hey, Mark. Um, Glad you guys could make it. I need to practice, so I appreciate you going through it with me. I was just talking about some stuff we went over this week, had happened to us this week, and I was getting about talking about the process of purchasing a property out of state, basically on your phone. You guys know I'm a general contractor, and we have a busy schedule, a busy work schedule, and even though we've been able to do research and analyze properties. Our agent brought us this last deal. It was off market, and sending earnest money deposits over the phone. You need to verify who you're sending it to make sure you're sending it to the right place. There is a lot of fraud going on out there, so please be sure and double check. One thing I've done in the past, which was kind of silly, they sent me the wiring instructions, and I called the title company and I told them where I was sending it and what the account numbers were and everything like that. But you need to have them tell you that information, and then you just verify it with you'll get wiring instructions via email your uh, from your lender and the people that are helping you close the deal. So that's important. You don't want to lose money. I've heard of people losing their whole um, amount that they sent in for their closings, which is several $1,000s, tens of thousands of dollars at least. And so that was the one thing. Working with a good lender, being able to sign everything via DocuSign has made things super simple. I always joke about being old, but back in the day, we used to have to go find a fax machine or go to Staples or someplace to send a fax. These days, it's a lot easier. And besides that, we've had a little bit of a challenge. We just remodeled one of our units, or two units in a triplex that we have in Missouri as well. And we're having a little bit of trouble filling two of the units. One of them has been filled for a while. The other two came out really nice. The home is old. It's an old Victorian. I think it was built in 1904. And we tried to modernize a couple of the units once those tenants moved out to help with rentability, trying to keep it current with some of the other rentals in that area that are a little bit newer. I said the home's old, but it's in really nice shape, but it's old, and people would probably rather move into a newer apartment or a newer, more updated home. So we put a lot of money into it. We're hoping that we can get it filled. And um, right now, I think we're to the point where we might start offering like a move-in special, half a month off, different things like that, because I mean, it's not winter yet, but it's just around the corner. So I think it'd be a little harder to rent them out in the wintertime. And so we're hoping to get them filled before that happens. And then we've also had issues, over the past several months with tenants that were having trouble paying their rent. They were late all the time. And we've been on the verge of eviction over the last year. We've had 4 tenants on the verge. And luckily, when they've faced their eviction court dates, they were able to either get rental assistance or get help from Section 8 so that they were able to stay in the units. One thing that we've done in that process, before we agree to let them stay after they've been late for so long, is that we've done inspections on the properties to make sure that they're taking care of the property at least. And if that was the case, which it has been in all of these cases, we've allowed them to stay and get caught up. And they're working with our property managers. Some have like added payments each month to catch up for what they're behind on, and that seems to be going well. We've avoided a few turnovers because of that. So I think we've been pretty lucky, but I was putting out in the chats about sporadic rental income. We haven't. I don't think we've had a month yet where every property has come in on time, and this summer was our third year after we restarted investing, and we've seems like we've always gotten the money. It just comes in big chunks whenever they catch up or they've gotten assistance. We have to wait a few weeks, and that's hard. So that kind of is a good example of why we need to have reserves. Luckily Cynthia and I have a good amount of reserves, and we've been able to weather these delays and all these things that have happened to us over the 3 years. And we're hoping it's going to smooth out. Sometimes you might start second guessing yourself. I know I have um, in the recent past, just thinking if you should have bought in a better area, different market. Are you buying, well, just are you buying in the wrong areas? But I think, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just part of the first 5 years of suck. And I'm really looking forward to getting through the next 2 years. We're hoping to pick up a couple more properties before Cynthia retires. She's going to teach one more year, and basically she has like 10 months left, and then she's done. So we're hoping to add a couple more doors to our portfolio. Right now, with this one closing, we'll be at 9. I think we've been so fortunate to be able to get there. So we'll see what it brings. Again, just we're so thankful for all of you guys out there that have been helping us, and the mentorships that we've been able to participate in, and just the whole ORAT community has been awesome. Let's see if I can see what you're saying, Lavita. Oh yeah, you just verified also the wiring instructions. Googled the phone number outside of the email to make sure it was the right place. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. And like I said, the first time I just sent it to what the paper said, and I mean we could have lost out. And you're pretty new at it as well. Um, you've already had evictions. Yeah, we, you know, you're always with us in Dion's lives and everything. It would be great to chat with you in person if you're ever up for it. Um, Mark always teases about my AOL address, my email address, but it's fjcbuilds with an S at AOL.com. If you ever want to shoot me an email, I'd love to chat with you more. Um, Not you, Mark, just Lavita. And I guess that's it for now. I think this was a good test run. I appreciate you guys jumping in. I'm sure it was a surprise that I was even able to get this thing turned on. So I'll look forward to chatting with you guys soon. And we do have our Wednesday night Zoom call tonight, the accountability call. And if you don't have the link, there's several people in the group that do. So just reach out to somebody or myself. And it's a good time. There's a lot of great people in there with a lot of experience that can help us all. And I've learned so much from everybody in the group. I think we've been at it for probably 6 to 8 months now. And there have been a lot of great connections made in the group. And so I hope to see you there. And I think that's it for now. Thank you so much.